Back to the Columbia Cup, so it's the Miller American Turbine against the 7-Eleven Turbine. How does Steve Reynolds feel about it?
Well, let's find out, Don, by asking the man himself. How about the matchup?
Well, I wonder how the Miller feels matched up against the 7-Eleven. You know, that's about the way I look at it. We came here to run, and if they're prepared to do the same, let's go out and have fun.
So it looks like there'll be a good heat coming up, Don.
It's been a major topic in the newspapers this week, the eventual matchup of these two boats. They will do so here in a preliminary heat, the Miller American and the 7-Eleven. So Heat 2A is underway. Look for the two turbine boats now as they come down. They are right next to each other. On the inside, Chip Hanauer. On the outside, Steve Reynolds in the 7-Eleven. And as you hear the turbines come by, the whoosh or the whining of these turbine engines, not like the piston engines, much lighter, much more powerful. And Chip Hanauer with the inside position on the 7-Eleven and Steve Reynolds. Look at the Miller American fly down the back chute. Steve Reynolds giving chase on the outside. Chip Hanauer moving at speeds at better than 160 down the backstretch. This is third and fourth place on the left. Todd Yarling, Cellular 1. Oh boy, Alberto on the right in fourth place. The Miller American in first place here in Heat 2A in the Columbia Cup in Tri-Cities, Washington. Chip Hanauer, first place. And it looks like in the background you saw the 7-Eleven coming to a stop in that turn. Yes, Steve Reynolds, something wrong with the 7-Eleven turbine engine, and he is coming to a stop. So that matchup we talked about won't happen, at least here in 2A. Reynolds waving that everything's all right, but he'll have the best seat in the house as he watches the rest of Heat 2A. Moving into second place then is Todd Yarling in the Cellular 1. In first place in the meantime, Miller American. And there's Chip Hanauer, hoping to win his second straight race of the afternoon. Make it a perfect day. If he got 400 points, he'd be 2 for 2. Oh, nice battle for second and third. On the outside, Executive Telephones and Scott Pierce. Scotty with no points so far today. He needs points badly to get into that final heat. Three boats, Aboy Alberto on the right, Cellular 1 in the center, and on the outside, the far left, is Executone Telephones with Scott Pierce out of Seattle, Washington. Another Seattle native, Chip Hanauer. A national champion in many, many different classes before moving up to the Unlimiteds. Scott Pierce, likewise for him, a very, very fine driver in the Northwest in the Limiteds before getting up into the bigger boats. The Executone Telephone moving into second place. Now, that would give Scott 300 points for the day, and I don't know if that's enough to get into the final or not. Quickly to the pits, an update on 7-Eleven.
Let's check with Jerry Zubich right now. Jerry, you're on the course with Lee Cheneth, the referee. What happened up there?
Well, on the 7-Eleven, he just, I believe, went dead in the water. The driver got out of the cockpit, walked back to the back of the boat, and waved his hands. He's all right. So I think everything's all right in the 7-Eleven. Maybe he had some engine trouble.
That's the story from down here, Don.
All right, thank you, Jim. In the meantime, we have just gotten a report. The speed for the Miller American on lap number 1, 141.3 miles per hour. That is the first time any boat in a competition situation has ever run faster than 140 miles per hour. So Chip Hanauer with 2 records in 2 days. First qualifying at better than 153, and now running a competition lap at better than 141 miles per hour. My goodness, where will this boat end? Chip Hanauer now cruising along in first place. Now that the 7-Eleven has gone dead in the water, more than likely the 7-Eleven should make the final okay. Steve Reynolds winning his earlier heat and picking up 400 points, so he should be all right. This man is in a real dogfight right now. Scotty Pierce in the Executone Telephones, the national point leader, badly needing points to get into the final heat. He would only get 300 if he finishes second place, which it appears he will, and I just don't know if that's going to be enough. Scott Pierce. Todd Yarling, third place, and the Cellular 1 out of Madison, Indiana. That John Steinecker designed boat, and they've got it running quite well, as a matter of fact, here in the past couple of races. We talked so much about the Miller American being a fast boat. This is also a very safe boat. Chip Hanauer, the first man to go back to using seat belts, the 5-point seat belt system. Boy, he's probably glad he had him right there as he got a lot of air under the boat. Chip Hanauer, 1 more lap to go. Here on lap 4, slowing way down to 118 miles per hour, saving his engine. Second place is the Executone Telephones and Scotty Pierce. So So Chip Hanauer, who was inducted into the APBA Hall of Champions back in 1983, the two-time national champion, is in the driver's seat for Heat 2A. He can pick up another 400 points. That would give him 800 for the day. And should he win the final, that would be a perfect 1,200 points. And that would certainly get him back into the national points race. So the Miller American, with Chip Hanauer out of Seattle, the winner of Heat 2A. 800 points for the day, and now on to the final for Chip. So Hanauer and company are simply on a roll. Executone Telephone's coming in second place, but as we said earlier, Hanauer with another record. Let's go down to the pits to talk with Chip.
Well, let's find out from Chip Hanauer right now. We can find out, you know, another record you set now. That's the fastest lap in the history of unlimited hydroplane racing, any course, anywhere.
Well, these darn guys keep going faster and makes it happen to do that.
Any concern on your part about the rudders that were replaced earlier this week?
Yeah, I have to say, you know, rudders now, I'm a little gun shy. But, you know, Jim told me, he said, if there's a problem, I'm not letting you go anywhere. And he looked at it, he came up and he said, no, I know what it was, and he fixed it, and it looks great now.
You look great now. Okay, Don.
Chip referring to team owner and team manager Jim Lucero. In the meantime, Chip's chief competitor Steve Reynolds wants a ride back to the pits, get his 7-Eleven ready for the final. We'll be back in just a moment.